So welcome back to students. Today's class we are going to discuss another problem on slab design. So you can see the question. Design a simply supported slab to cover a room with internal dimensions 4 meter and 5 meter supported on 230 mm thick walls. Assume the corners are prevented from lifting up. Live load is given as 3 kN per meter square. Use M20 concrete and Fe 415 grade steel. So the difference from the last question was here it is given the corners are prevented from lifting up, which means we need to provide the torsional reinforcement also. So we'll start with the question. That is, you have the Ly by Lx ratio as 5 by 4, which is 5.1.25, which is less than 2, and it is supported on all the 4 edges. So I could say that this is a two-way slab. So assuming an L by D ratio of 30, I'll get the value for D as 133.33, which is I'll take it as 135 mm, and nominal cover as 20 mm, and diameter of the bar as 10 mm. We'll get the total depth as 160 mm. This is similar to what we had done for the last. So up to here it's okay for you. That is, I'll get the total depth as 160 mm. Now the calculation of the load. The self weight of the slab we can take it as 4 kN per meter square based on the depth and density of concrete. Assuming a floor finish of 1 kN per meter square and live load of 3 kN per meter square, you will get the total load as 8 kN per meter square. Applying the factor of safety for load, that is for dead load and live load, you'll get 1.5, that is 8 into 1.5. You will get the factored or design load as 12 kN per meter square. Now the effective span in the x direction, it is center to center distance or clear span plus d, whichever is lesser. So you will get Lx as 4.135 and Ly as 5.135 meters. Now the computation of the moments. Here is a change. Here is a change. That is, you have the given the corners are prevented from lifting up. So torsional reinforcement at the corners need to be provided. So from table number 26, you will get the value for the moments, but before that you need to identify which type of panel it is. That is, I'll go to table number 26. You can see here for restrained slabs, when the corners of the slabs are prevented from lifting, the slab may be designed as specified in D1.1 to D1.11. The maximum moment per unit width of the slab is given by mx is equal to alpha x w lx square, my is equal to alpha y w lx square, where alpha x and alpha y you will get it from table number 26. I told you in detail about table number 26. Here in the question it is given the slabs are supported on all the 4 edges, and it is not told whether what is the condition of the slab. It is only told about the the slab which is supported on 4 edges. So we'll assume this as slab which is 4 edges discontinuous. That is, we will take the panel number 9. The 4 edges are discontinuous. We will consider that, so that we need to find the value for alpha x and alpha y corresponding to your Ly by Lx ratio for panel number 9. So from panel number 9 you will get it. The last question it was we have considered table number 27 because we haven't gone for providing torsional reinforcement. So when the corners are prevented from lifting up, or when it is, that is when it is provided with torsional reinforcement, we should take the table number 26. That is the difference first of all. So there we will take panel number 9. Since the question is not given which panel, we will assume this is simply supported on 4 edges with torsional reinforcement. We will take 4 edges discontinuous. So I will get the alpha x supported on 4 edges discontinuous. I will get the alpha x and alpha y by linear interpolation based on the Ly by Lx ratio. I will get it as 0.0748 and 0.056. Corresponding to that, I will find the value for my mx and my. Mx is equal to alpha x into wu into Lx square, and alpha y is equal to my is equal to alpha y wu into Lx square. From there, for the larger moment, we will check for d minimum. I will get the d minimum as a root of mu x divided by q fckb. I'll get it as 74.58, which is less than d provided. So the case is fine. So the section is safe and is under reinforced. Now we need to calculate the AST. AST is similar to what we had done for the last case. You'll get the value for AST x as 331.78 mm square, and AST minimum is 192 mm square. So providing a 10 mm spacing, 10 mm bar, the spacing required is 230 mm. And the maximum spacing criteria, you have 3D or 300 mm, which means 300 mm, which means this is design spacing is less than that. So we will provide the design spacing. So provide 10 mm phi at 230 mm center to center along the x direction. Now calculation of ASTY, you have My is equal to 0.87 Fy ASTY into D minus 0.42 XU. Here the value for D will be modified, that is 135 minus 110, that is 125. You will get the value for ASTY as 266.56 mm square, but AST minimum is 192, so it's fine. So spacing of 10 mm bars we will see, you'll get it as 290 mm. The maximum spacing is 3D or 300 mm. Here D is 125, so we'll get this 300 mm. It is fine. So we'll provide 10 mm at 290 mm center to center along the y direction. Now D 1.2 of your IS 456 specifies that D 1.2, you can see here, for restrained slabs, these all things are for restrained slabs. Slabs are considered as divided into each direction into middle strips and edge strips as shown in figure 25. Figure 25, you could see it is divided into middle strip and edge strip in both the direction, in x direction and y direction, and the middle maximum moment calculated as in D 1.1, that is D 1.1, apply only to the middle strip and no redistribution shall be made. That is, I could divide this into two strips. If I particularly say here, you can see I can divide it into a middle portion. The middle portion, you can see the middle portion will be having the reinforcement or the middle strip. This is Ly, this is Lx. I'll divide it into two portions, that is, this is your edge strip, this is middle strip, and this is Ly by 8, that is your edge strip. This is Ly by 8 and this is 3 by 4 Ly. And similarly in the other direction, you have middle strip and edge strip. This is Ly, this is Lx. You have this Lx divided by 8, 3 by 4 Lx divided by 8. This is your edge strip. And this is your middle strip. So here the complete reinforcement, positive reinforcement that is provided for the middle strip is given according to your design. At the edge strip we will provide the minimum reinforcement. Here we will be providing the minimum reinforcement, and here the full design reinforcement will be provided. Full design reinforcement will be provided at the middle strip. So you can see here, at middle strip provide the design reinforcement, and at the edge portion will provide the minimum reinforcement. That is, we will provide the minimum reinforcement. If it is HPSD bars, we will provide 0.12%, and if it is MS bar, we will provide 0.15% of the BD as here at the edge strip and middle strip respectively. So now if you read here, you can see the reinforcement in the edge strip parallel to that shall comply with the minimum given in section 3, that is your 0.12% BD, and at the middle strip you need to provide the design reinforcement. So now we will provide the torsion reinforcement, that is, since it is given that this is supported and there is corners are prevented from lifting, we need to provide the torsion reinforcement given in clause number D 1.8. So you can go to clause number D 1.8. You can see here D 1.8. The torsional reinforcement shall be provided at any corner where the slab is simply supported on both the edges meeting at that corner. That is, if it is a corner, we need to provide the torsion reinforcement. It shall consist of top and bottom reinforcement, each with layers of bars placed parallel to the sides of the slab and extending from one edge to a minimum distance of 1/5 of the shorter span. That is, we need to provide this up to a distance of the shorter span divided by 5. That is your Lx divided by 5. The area of reinforcement in each of these 4 layers shall be 3/4 of the area required for the maximum midspan moment in slab. So we need to provide the area of reinforcement as for this torsion as the 3/4 of the reinforcement provided at the maximum midspan moment. That is your ASTX. The maximum midspan moment is your ASTX. We need to provide 3/4 of ASTX here. Now, when the torsion D1.9, the torsional reinforcement to equal to half that described in D1.8 shall be provided at corner continued by edges over only one of which the slab is continuous. So if one of the side is continuous, we need to provide only half the value provided over here. That is, here we require 3/4 if the slab is discontinuous. If it is continuous over edges, we need to provide only 3/8. That is, half of this need to be provided. Now see here D1.10. Torsion reinforcement need not be provided at corner edges by continued by edges over both of which slab is continuous. That is, if it is a continuous slab over the edges, then if both the edges are continuous, then we don't need to provide what torsional reinforcement, because there will be negative reinforcement in order to take care of this restraint that you will study when we see the detailing of the third question in your numerical. Okay, so here if I am coming, then design for torsional reinforcement according to clause 1.8. Here it is given the four sides are discontinuous. So area of steel for the maximum midspan moment is ASTX. We need to provide as torsional reinforcement 3/4 of ASTX, that is 249 mm square. That is 1/5 of the shorter span, that is to a distance of 1/5 of the shorter span, that is 1/5 of LX, that is 0.827 meters. So if I am providing 10 mm bars, then the number of bars required, here we are calculating the number of bars because we are going to place it for a limited distance only. So the number of bars required is area of total area divided by area of one bar. We will get as nearly 4 bars. So I will be providing 4 bars at the top and bottom. At the top and bottom in this way for a distance of 0.827 meters. That is, 4 bars will be placed like this at the top on all the 4 corners, and as well as at the bottom also I will be placing the torsion reinforcement as mesh. This will be provided as mesh. Now after reading this, we will go for the check for shear, deflection and development length as we have studied in the last classes, and after that we will go for the detailing. This will be dealt in a live class. Okay, so I hope you have understood up to here. Thank you students. Thank you and have a nice day.